What if I told you that the reason you can't speak English fast is not because your grammar is bad or your vocabulary is small, but because you're doing one thing wrong every single time you try to speak?
And what if I told you that once you fix this one thing, speaking English will feel 10 times easier, almost automatic?
Stay with us because in the next few minutes, we're going to show you exactly how to stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English, just like native speakers do.
This changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you too.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Miss English Daily, where we make English simple, natural, and actually fun. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Thanks for having me, Sarah, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
You know, before we start, I want to say something. This episode might be one of the most important lessons you'll ever hear about learning English.
I agree. This is not about grammar rules or vocabulary lists. This is about how your brain actually works when you speak.
And if you're serious about improving your English, if you want real results, do us a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribing helps us keep making these free lessons for you. And honestly, it takes 2 seconds, but it means the world to us.
Plus, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episode. We have so many good topics coming up.
All right, so Sarah, let's start with the big problem. What happens in most people's brains when they try to speak English?
Okay, so picture this. You're in a conversation. Someone asks you a question in English. What do you think about?
Well, if you're like most learners, your brain does something like this. First, you hear the English question, then your brain translates it into your native language, then you think of an answer in your native language, then you translate that answer back into English, and finally you speak.
Exactly. 4 steps. 4 steps just to answer one simple question. It's like your brain is playing telephone with itself.
Yes, and the message gets lost somewhere between language number 1 and language number 2.
No wonder it takes so long. No wonder there are those awkward pauses where you're just standing there like a broken computer.
Loading, loading, loading.
Exactly. And here's the worst part. By the time you finish all those steps, the conversation has already moved on.
Or the other person is just staring at you, waiting.
Yes, and you feel pressure. You feel embarrassed. You think, I'm so slow at English.
But it's not that you're slow, it's that you're using the wrong process.
Exactly. Native speakers don't translate. They think directly in English. The question comes in English, they think in English, they answer in English. One step.
1 step versus 4 steps. That's a huge difference.
So the solution is simple. We need to train your brain to skip the translation and go straight to thinking in English.
But how? That sounds difficult.
That's what most people think, but actually, it's easier than you imagine. You just need the right techniques.
Okay, I'm ready. Where do we start?
Let me ask you a personal question first, Mike. When did you realize you were translating too much?
Oh, I remember the exact moment. I was in a coffee shop in London. The barista asked me what kind of milk I wanted.
Simple question.
Very simple, but my brain went crazy. I heard the question in English, I translated it to my language, I thought almond milk in my language, then I tried to remember how to say almond in English, and I just stood there frozen like a statue.
A confused milk-related statue.
Yes, exactly, with a line of angry people behind me.
How long did this take? I'm guessing not quick.
Maybe 10 seconds, but it felt like 10 years, and there were people behind me sighing, checking their watches, probably regretting their life choices.
That must have been stressful.
It was terrible. I finally said almond milk, but I felt so embarrassed, and that's when I realized I need to change how my brain works.
And did you change it?
Yes. It took time, but yes. Now, when someone asks me a question, I don't translate anymore. The answer just comes.
That's what we want for everyone listening right now. We want English to just come naturally.
So let's talk about how to make that happen. What's the first step?
The first step is to start naming things around you in English throughout your day.
Naming things? Like what?
Everything. Right now, look around you. What do you see?
I see a microphone, a laptop, a coffee cup, a plant on the table.
Perfect. You just did it. You named 4 things in English without translating.
That was easy.
Exactly. And if you do this every day, multiple times a day, your brain starts building an English database.
An English database. I like that.
Yes. Instead of storing words in your native language and then translating, you start storing words directly in English.
So when I see a cup, my brain thinks cup, not the word in my language and then cup.
Exactly. The connection becomes direct. Object to English word. No middle step.
This is actually smart. Can you give more examples?
Sure. In the morning when you wake up, look at your alarm clock and think alarm clock. When you brush your teeth, think toothbrush, toothpaste, mirror.
When you make breakfast, think eggs, bread, butter, coffee.
Yes, and you can even describe actions. I'm pouring coffee. I'm spreading butter on bread. I'm walking to the bathroom.
So you're basically narrating your life in English.
Exactly. And here's the magic. When you do this consistently, English stops being a foreign language. It becomes part of your daily thoughts.
I love this. What's the next technique?
The next technique is talking to yourself in English, out loud.
Out loud? Won't people think I'm crazy?
Only if you do it in public. Do it when you're alone at home, in your room, in the shower, while you're cooking.
So basically, pretend I'm the star of my own reality show.
Exactly. You're the most interesting person in your apartment, and the ratings are great because you're the only viewer.
What should I talk about?
Anything. Describe what you're doing, share your opinions, ask yourself questions.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say you're making dinner. You can say, okay, I'm going to make pasta tonight. First, I need to boil water. Where is the pot? Here it is. Now I'll put it on the stove.
That sounds like you're making a cooking video.
Exactly. You're the host of your own little English show, and nobody is judging you because nobody is listening.
That takes away the pressure.
Yes, there's no fear of making mistakes. You can experiment, you can try new words, you can mess up and nobody cares.
I actually did this when I was learning. I used to talk to myself while driving.
Really? What did you say?
I would describe the road. That car is driving too slow. The traffic light is red. I need to turn left here. Sometimes I would pretend I'm giving directions to someone.
So you became your own GPS, in English.
Yes, except I never said, "You have arrived at your destination." I just kept talking until I got home.
Did other drivers see you talking to yourself?
Probably. They probably thought I was on a phone call, or just completely insane. Either way, my English improved. So much. After a few weeks, I noticed that words just came to me faster. I didn't have to search for them in my brain.
That's exactly the result we want. Now, here's another powerful technique. Use pictures instead of translations.
Pictures? What do you mean?
When you learn a new word, don't translate it. Instead, create a mental picture of it.
Oh, interesting. Can you explain more?
Sure. Let's say you want to learn the word umbrella. Instead of thinking umbrella equals the word in your language, picture an actual umbrella in your mind. See the shape, the color, imagine holding it in the rain.
So the word umbrella connects directly to the image of an umbrella, not to another word.
Exactly. This is how children learn language. They don't translate. They connect words to experiences and images.
That makes so much sense. So when I hear the word umbrella, my brain sees an umbrella, not the translation.
Yes. And this works for actions, too. If you want to learn the word running, don't translate it. Picture someone running. Feel the movement in your body.
This is actually how our brain naturally works.
Exactly. Translation is not natural. It's something we learned in school. But now we need to unlearn it.
Okay, I'm loving these techniques. What else can we do?
Here's one that might sound strange, but it's super effective. Change the language of your phone and computer to English.
Oh, wow, that's a big step.
I know, but think about it. How many times a day do you look at your phone?
Probably 100 times, maybe more. Okay, definitely more.
Exactly. So if your phone is in English, you're seeing English 100 times a day. Settings, messages, apps, everything. Your phone becomes your English teacher who never sleeps.
A teacher who also keeps telling me I have 17 unread notifications.
Yes, but in English.
At first, it might be confusing, though.
Yes, for the first few days, it's uncomfortable, but your brain adapts quickly, and soon you know where everything is without thinking.
And all those little words like settings, notifications, downloads, they become automatic.
Yes, you learn them through context and repetition, not through translation.
I actually did this, and honestly, after 1 week, I forgot my phone was even in English.
That's the goal. English becomes so normal that you don't even notice it anymore.
What about people who are worried they'll make mistakes when thinking in English?
That's such an important question. Here's the truth. You will make mistakes, and that's completely okay.
Making mistakes means you're trying, you're practicing.
Exactly. When you think in English, sometimes your sentences won't be perfect. Sometimes you'll use the wrong word or strange grammar.
But the point is, you're thinking in English, you're not translating.
Yes, and over time, your brain will correct itself naturally. You'll hear the right way to say things, and your brain will adjust.
It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first you fall, but you keep trying and eventually you balance without thinking.
Perfect comparison. Thinking in English is a skill. It gets better with practice.
Now, let me ask you something. How long does it take before someone can think in English naturally?
That depends on how much you practice. If you use these techniques every single day, you'll notice changes in about 2 to 4 weeks.
Really? That fast?
Yes, your brain is incredibly adaptable, but you have to be consistent.
What does consistent mean in this case?
It means practicing a little bit every day. Even 10 minutes of talking to yourself in English, naming objects, describing your actions, that's enough.
So it's better to practice 10 minutes every day than 1 hour once a week.
Exactly. Daily repetition is the key. Your brain needs to see English as a normal part of your life, not something special you do once in a while.
Before we continue, Sarah, I think we should mention something important to our listeners.
What's that?
If you're finding this helpful, if you're learning something valuable right now, it would mean so much to us if you'd leave a comment below.
Yes. Tell us, have you ever caught yourself translating in your head? What was the situation?
Or tell us which technique from today you're going to try first. We read every comment and we love hearing from you.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. We make videos like this every week to help you improve your English in real, practical ways.
All right, let's keep going. Sarah, what about situations where you don't know the English word? What should you do?
Great question. This happens to everyone, even advanced learners. You're thinking in English, and suddenly you need a word you don't know.
And the temptation is to translate it from your language.
Exactly. But here's what you should do instead. Describe the word using simple English.
Describe it? How?
Let's say you forgot the word scissors. Instead of translating, you can think, the thing you use to cut paper, the tool with 2 blades.
Oh, so you're explaining it in English.
Yes, and here's what's amazing. When you do this, you're still thinking in English. You're not breaking the flow.
And maybe later you'll remember the word scissors, or you'll look it up.
Exactly. The point is you kept your brain in English mode. You didn't switch back to your native language.
This is really smart. It's like building a bridge with the words you already know.
Perfect way to say it. You're building bridges, not walls.
Now, what about listening? Does thinking in English help with understanding when other people speak?
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the biggest benefits.
How so?
When you think in English, your brain starts processing English faster. You stop translating what you hear.
So when someone speaks to me in English, I understand the meaning directly without converting it to my language first.
Exactly. The words go straight to understanding, no middle step.
That must make conversations so much smoother.
It does. You can respond faster. You can actually participate in the conversation instead of being 2 sentences behind.
I remember when I first experienced this. I was watching an English movie and suddenly I realized I wasn't reading the subtitles anymore.
That's a huge milestone.
It felt amazing, like my brain had finally switched to English mode.
And once you reach that point, English becomes fun instead of work.
Speaking of fun, I think we should talk about using entertainment to practice thinking in English.
Yes, movies, TV shows, podcasts, music, these are all great tools.
But how do you use them correctly?
The key is active watching or active listening, not passive.
What's the difference?
Passive is when you just watch and maybe read subtitles in your native language. Active is when you engage with the content in English.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say you're watching a TV show. Instead of subtitles in your language, use English subtitles, or no subtitles at all if you can.
That forces your brain to work in English.
Yes, and after watching, you can think about the story in English. What happened? What did the character say? How did it end?
So you're reviewing the show in your mind using English.
Exactly. You're not just consuming content, you're using it to practice thinking in English.
What about music?
Music is wonderful because songs repeat. You hear the same phrases over and over. Your brain starts remembering them without effort.
And you can sing along.
Yes, singing along is actually thinking in English. You're forming words and sentences without translating.
I learned so much English from songs when I was younger.
Me too. And the best part is it doesn't feel like studying. It feels like fun.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of techniques today. Maybe we should do a quick summary so people can remember everything.
Good idea. Let's go through the main points.
First, start naming things around you in English throughout your day.
Second, talk to yourself in English out loud when you're alone. Describe what you're doing.
Third, use pictures and mental images instead of translations when learning new words.
Fourth, change your phone and computer language to English to get constant exposure.
Fifth, don't be afraid of mistakes. Making mistakes is part of learning.
Sixth, when you don't know a word, describe it in simple English instead of translating.
Seventh, practice every day, even if it's just 10 minutes.
And eighth, use movies, shows, music, and podcasts to practice active thinking in English.
These techniques really work if you use them consistently.
They do. I've seen so many students transform their English just by changing how they think.
Now, I want to share something personal before we finish.
Please do.
When I first started trying to think in English, I felt stupid sometimes. My thoughts were simple and childish.
That's so normal.
I know that now, but at the time I thought maybe I'm not smart enough for this.
A lot of people feel that way.
Yes, so I want to tell everyone listening, it's okay if your English thoughts are simple at first.
You're not stupid, you're learning.
Exactly. Even native speakers started with simple words like mama, dada, milk.
That's how language works. You start simple and you grow.
So be patient with yourself. Celebrate small progress.
Every English thought, even a simple one, is a victory.
Yes, and before you know it, those simple thoughts become complex thoughts. You'll be thinking in full paragraphs.
It's such an incredible feeling when it finally clicks.
It really is. You feel like you unlocked a new part of your brain.
Okay, so before we finish, I want to give everyone a challenge.
A challenge. I like this.
Starting today, starting right now, I want you to think in English for just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes?
Yes. Walk around your home and name everything you see. Describe what you're doing. Talk to yourself.
And if you feel brave, record yourself on your phone.
Oh, that's a great idea. Then you can listen back and see your progress over time.
What if people feel shy or embarrassed?
Remember, nobody is listening. This is just for you. It's your private practice space.
And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Exactly. So, will you accept the challenge?
I hope everyone says yes.
And please, come back and tell us in the comments how it went. Did it feel strange? Did it feel good? We want to hear your experience.
Your comment might encourage someone else to try too.
That's true. We're all learning together here.
All right, Sarah, I think it's time to wrap up.
Yes, but before we go, one more reminder. If this episode helped you, if you learned something valuable, please like this video and share it with a friend who's learning English.
Every like and share helps us reach more learners like you.
And subscribe if you haven't already. We have so many more practical English lessons coming. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We really appreciate you.
Remember, thinking in English is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent.
Start small. Practice daily. Be patient with yourself.
And most importantly, believe that you can do this, because you absolutely can.
Your brain is powerful. It can learn any language if you give it the right practice.
This is Miss English Daily with Sarah and Mike.
Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Bye for now. Happy learning.